because I really think that you are talking to the wrong person right now.
It was in my dad's phone. It said that this was my mom's number.
So you're telling me that your dad had my number as his wife on his phone?
Yeah, that's what happened. That's why I'm calling you.
Molly, can you please tell me what your last name is?
It's Johnson. My name is Molly Johnson.
I see. And your dad wouldn't happen to be named Eric Johnson, would he?
Yeah, that's right. That's my daddy's name.
Okay, I understand. Now, what were you saying about bleeding? From your head? What happened? Are you okay?
My daddy just walked out of the house. I think he's probably going out to drink again tonight.
Hold on a second. I'll send your dad a text and tell him about this.
No! You can't do that. If you do that, then my daddy will get really, really mad at me. I know that he's already going to be mad for finding his number. He might even hit me again.
Hold on a second. Your father hits you? Is he the reason why you're bleeding from your head?
The bleeding stopped. I think all the blood finally stopped coming out of my head.
Molly, would you mind telling me how old you are?
I'm 10 and a half years old right now.
Okay. Can you wait where you are? I can come and get you. Do you know your address?
Yes, I know my address. I have it memorized by heart.
Okay, that's very good to hear. Just send me your address and I'll be right there, okay?
Hey Frida, I would really like it if you can keep your lunch hour open for me. I was thinking that you and I could put our heads together and try to come up with another project our companies could collaborate on. So basically, this would be a work thing and not a personal thing. That means that you'll go along with this, right?
How can you even talk about something like that right now, Eric?
So, what do you mean? I thought you said that you only wanted to talk to me when it had something to do with work.
You really think that's what I'm talking about right now? When was the last time that you were at your own house?
Frida, are you feeling okay? You don't seem right. Something is off here.
I am just fine. But what I want to know is why you're acting so calm when your daughter is missing from her house.
Daughter? What do you mean by that?
I mean your daughter, the one that I didn't even know you had until recently.
And just how did you even figure out that I had a daughter? I was going to tell you about her after we started dating. Unless you looked into me because you have a secret crush.
I literally told you the other day that I want as little to do with you as possible. But right now, I'm just angry. I mean, how could you treat your own daughter like this? Did you know that she was bleeding from her head yesterday? I had to take her to the hospital.
And you think that I did that? I didn't do anything to her. And just what are you doing taking my daughter to the hospital, huh?
Well, she reached out to me. She called me because apparently you have my number saved under wife in your phone. She thought that she was calling her real mother.
That little brat doesn't realize what kind of trouble she puts everyone through when she acts like that. I'll have to make sure she learns her lesson this time. What hospital is she at?
I am not going to tell you that. In fact, I would prefer it if you never ever saw your daughter again. That's why I went to the police to talk to them about this. And hopefully that means you'll be hearing from them soon.
Wait a second. You called the cops? Why in the world would you do that?
Because you abused your child and then abandoned her at home all alone. When I went to go and pick her up, I could see all the bruises on her body.
You've got this all wrong. She just likes playing outside a lot. She falls over and gets bruised, and that's it.
Oh, really? Because Molly told me it was because you hit her all the time.
And you're really just going to believe whatever some little girl tells you? Sure, I may have scolded her a few times, but I never ever hit her.
Even the doctors who looked at her agree that they were marking from being hit. So I know that you're just lying to save yourself right now. You really are horrible, do you know that?
But this is perfect. You could help me raise Molly then, right? I mean, as you can see, I'm terribly ill-equipped to be taking care of her by myself. But I know that with our powers combined, we could be great parents. And this way, our daughters could be sisters. Isn't that great too?
You really have no idea what's about to come next, do you? Don't you realize that you're going to lose custody of Molly?
No, that won't open. I won't ever let anyone take my daughter away from me. Besides, her mother is even more unfit than me to take care of her.
I heard that your ex-wife ended up checking herself into a psychiatric ward, isn't that right? But it sounds to me like she only developed her illness after being married to you.
No, she was always a crazy lady. It was always bubbling just beneath the surface.
Oh, just give it a break already. You are such a rotten little liar.
Frida, what's gotten into you? You never ever used to talk to me like this.
You insult your wife, you abuse your child, and you have the gall to say that you're more qualified than anyone else to take care of your daughter? You really are just a horrible human being. Did you really think that I would ever want to start a family with you? You never had a chance with me before, but now there's no way that I would ever want anything to do with you again.
Wait, I don't get it. Why are you acting like this? This isn't right.
I mean, really, do you have any idea all of the suffering that you've put those around you through? I knew that you were already an insufferable person to be around, but I had no idea that you were actually this bad. You're nothing but a creep and bully and a terrible father, and you've been nothing but annoying to me.
But no, this can't be happening. You and I were supposed to start a family together. Can you just calm down so that we can talk about all of this?
And you think I'm in any mood to be taking orders from you right now? I am never going to listen to
What
what
is that
someone who
supposed to
picked their
mean?
own kid has to say. It means that I've told your work and your ex-wife and anyone else who will listen about the horrible person that you are. So while I can't say what this will mean for your career, I think it's fair to say that your wife will end up with Molly.
I thought I already told you to stop trying to mix personal with business. Don't you see the trouble that you could be getting me into? Just how are you going to take responsibility if I got fired or something?
And just what makes you think that any of that is my responsibility? I've only reported it to the people that matter exactly what you've been up to.
No, you have no idea what you're talking about, and you went and reported this nonsense to my workplace? Are you really sure you want to do this? Don't you know how I'll have to punish Molly when all this falls apart and I get her back?
You're terrible. You're just sick. But don't worry, this police will be getting copies of this whole conversation.
No, you can't do that. It isn't fair.
What isn't fair is trying to make threats against your own child so that you can make people do what you want. Well, you are not going to be allowed to get away with this anymore. I am going to stop you, and that's that. After that, the police found Eric and placed him under arrest. Although he wasn't given any jail time, he was given a hefty fine and a conviction on his record. Although I wish that the judge would have thrown him in jail for the rest of his life, but apparently what he did to Molly wasn't bad enough for that. And while Molly was safe after I took her to the hospital, it wasn't until her mother arrived to take her that I finally felt like she was safe. Eric's ex-wife was actually very lovely and seemed like a very responsible person. I also felt that Molly would be safe since her mother lived with her parents in their large house. It also helped that they would be receiving child support from Eric. As for Eric, he was fired from work after the details of his trial were made public. Additionally, he was ordered to keep his distance from Molly and his ex-wife. Apparently, the court was concerned over Eric's attempt at some kind of revenge in the future. I heard later on that a man matching Eric's description was caught shoplifting from a store. I have no idea what Eric found to do as a job after being fired, but if that was Eric who was stealing, I can't imagine having a criminal record already would have helped his case. But thankfully, no matter who it was, I haven't seen or heard from Eric ever since the police took him away. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.